Hello and welcome everyone, Tyrael here, and this is part 1 of a 2-part series about farming. These are the fastest armies to farm with. I'm talking about build time while still being able to take all the loot. Now, first up, for this one, we have the high league ones. This is the 16 balloon army. 16 balloons and 80 minions. The biggest concern I hear is that you're going to lose with it. And I can assure you, if you do it right, you're not going to lose with it. In fact, it might even be easier than a 20 balloon army. What you have to do, rather than a 20 balloon army, you can deploy your balloons, then your minions. With this, you have to deploy them at the same time, or else you will lose, because you have to have your balloons there to protect your minions. You're less using your balloons to destroy the buildings, you're more using them to actually protect your minions. The next biggest concern I hear is the use of spells. With this, you can actually get away with using 1, maybe 2 spells. Sometimes 2 spells. You can get away with 1 most of the time. And 1 spell takes a little bit longer to build, but you won't have to continually boost, maybe once or twice a day. Now, there are some bases where you're going to need pretty much all your spells, but those are the bases with like 500,000 gold and all max stuff, up expos. The ones you have to attack, but they're very well defended. Those you may have to use 3, maybe 4 spells on. But like a little base like this, get an easy 300 to 400,000 gold plus 180,000 league bonus if you're in Champions League. A little less if you're doing this in Master. That will make you a good amount per hour. 32-minute build time. One last concern is needing to use the heroes. You don't necessarily need to use them. You know, if you mess up, you may need one of your heroes like that. I probably could have gotten the 50% without my queen, but I kind of went a little bit too hard on the back and didn't destroy everything I could have, and I needed my queen to clean up a little bit of percentage. But really, you can easily get 50% on a maxed base without your king or queen, especially with this army. The 80 minions, they will clean up a lot of percentage if you deploy them behind your balloons. If you keep them protected, they will shred through all of the extra buildings and most of the resources, if not all of the resources. It's like the 16 balloon 80 minion army was made to be used, because 16 balloons takes exactly the same amount of time to make as 80 minions. 40 minions per dark barracks versus 4 balloons per barracks. That will get you there exactly the same time. They take almost exactly 32 minutes each. All the Town Hall 9s out there are probably like, oh no, I can't use this, can I? Yes, you can. It'll be a little bit tougher for you, and you may have to go for weaker bases. You may need your queen or your king to clean up percentages. You won't be able to do as much damage because you're going to be down 10 minions. You're going to be down to 16 balloons, 70 minions, but you can still get a 50% on a max base with that many troops. But, you know, just not to risk it, you probably want to carry at least one of your heroes. And just be ready with your spells. Like you saw, I used 1 spell on the first attack and 2 spells on this attack. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm probably going to use my heroes on this. And I may even drop another spell. I'm willing to risk it because this guy has a lot of gold to offer. There's a total of 570,000 gold for me to take from this base. I want to get as much of that as possible. And you know what? It's worth it to use an extra spell to get that. Now, if you're farming Elixir, this is a concern, but you know what? As far as Balloonion armies go, this uses less Elixir than a regular 20 or 24 Balloonion army. In the end, you'll probably use the same amount of spells, but you're going to be using 4 or 8 more balloons with those armies. Now, you just gotta hope your heroes go the right direction. I'm actually hoping that the Archer Queen pulls me in the right direction right there. Normally, you'd want to avoid her, but since I can take her out so fast, my queen's going to go the right direction. I'm actually going to be able to take most of the gold. Not all of it. There's going to be that 1 partially damaged gold storage standing. But combine that with the 180,000 I got from the league bonus, that's worth it for those spells. And I know, yes, it'll cost, I don't know, 10, 20 gems a day. That's pretty bad for some people, I know. You know, some people can't do this. But, you know, it's a dime a day, maybe 2 a day, just to be making more gold than you were anywhere else. And tomorrow I'll be talking about the anywhere else. Now, this is actually a cautionary replay that I'm going to show you right here. I went a little stingy on the spells. I deployed 1 too few spells. I could have done so much more if I was willing to deploy more spells, but I was trying to show that you didn't really need your spells, and I tried to show it on a maxed base that kind of has upward-facing expos. This is the kind of base you want to drop at least 2 spells on. And trust me, it's worth it. Even if you're farming Elixir, you're probably still going to make more doing this. Now, Dark Elixir, it does use a little more Dark Elixir than a regular 2024 Balloonion army, but seriously, you'll be attacking so much faster. If you do the calculations, all this nerdy crap, 32-minute versus 40-minute or 48-minute build, it's worth using the extra Elixir or the extra Dark Elixir. It is, trust me. I've actually calculated this stuff out. It didn't take long to calculate. It took like 1 minute. But seriously, you just need to check, you know, if I do a 32-minute army versus a 48-minute army, you're gonna make, you know, I don't know, 50% more? I'm just rounding in my head right now from 30 to 45. And now, you see, I've got 9 minions left, but since I don't have my balloons, there's no protection for them. And here's where I went wrong. That other spell that I should have used, it should have been the lightning spell. I should have used it right there to help my king. I could have gotten the 50%, and I could have gotten all the gold. So this one's a cautionary one. You know what? Try and save your spells, because you can get through most bases with maybe 1 spell, maybe none, maybe 2. But when you need to drop a spell, don't hesitate. Drop a spell, or you're going to leave 100,000 gold on the map and lose 180,000 in your bonus. Or 100,000 if you're in Masters 3, 100 whatever thousand, Master 2, Master 1, whatever. But this is the fastest building and fastest gold farming army for Masters and Champions League. 16 balloons, 80 minions, they were meant to be together. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Tyrael, out.